Hey guys, DKS3A. Time to do my Gamecube collection, which isn't huge, big, but it's a nice size. Uh, we're going to start off with, Gamecube. And first we're going to start off with is made by Nintendo. I'm not sure if I think this game might be actually kind of viable a little bit now. And all kind of stuff. But it's Chibi Robo. Chibi Robo, you're a little robot, and you go around making you get bought by a family, and your job is just to make the family happy. Making cleans and cooks, takes care of spiders and all kinds of stuff. Basically, the job is to just make the family happy. It's a fun little quirky little game. Next one's made by Atari, and it's Enter the Matrix. I think this one takes place between Matrix 2 and Matrix 3. But it's a Matrix game. You go around just bullet time stuff and go around. It's like a beat 'em up kind of style with a little bit of puzzles, bullet time, stuff like that. It's an okay game. This one's also made by Nintendo. And alright, I'm going to do this one because this one doesn't really have a case for it. But it's I did this recently with the group of friends I have called the Earthbound Crew. Now, we started our own channel called the Earthbound Crew, and our first game on there was Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But before that, Hunter put all of his stuff on his own channel, all of our work on our own channel. And by the way, we're going to be doing the DLC of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But anyway, it's Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. This game's intended to, I mean, you can just play it by yourself, but this game's intended to be multiplayer. It's actually a fun little game. It's multiplayer Final Fantasy. You go around trying to get miasma and save the world. But this game I'm not good at. I haven't beaten like two because I just don't know how to advance. I don't know how to advance on this. If anybody can help me, story mode and all that kind of stuff. If anybody can help me, I just don't know what to do with this. I have not gotten far in this game, and it's not from the lack of trying. Like I said, I don't know how to advance in the story mode, but it's F-Zero GX. I mean, it's an F-Zero game. It's really fun. I mean, it's fun, but I just don't know how to advance in the story. And I'm not exceptionally good at the game as it is already. I'm okay at racing games, but I'm not very good at it. Like I said, I just can't advance in the story mode. If anybody can help me on that would be cool. Alright, next one is made by Activision. Haven't played this game in a long time, but I remember it's like a Wild West kind of like Red Dead Redemption before it was Red Dead Redemption, but it's gun. Like I said, it's kind of like a Wild West, kind of like Red Dead Redemption kind of thing before it was Red Dead Redemption. But it also has like story mode. But it's fun. Then of course, you know me being a huge Legend of Zelda fan. I have a lot of Zeldas for the GameCube. Got Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, which a lot of people didn't like at the beginning, wasn't going to like at the beginning because when they released the original trailer, it had that cel-shade graphics and people were turned off by it. But it became one of the most beloved ones, and in fact, it's come out with 2 sequels, Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass. But then I got, like I said, it's not a bad game. It's probably my least favorite Zelda game, though. I don't know what it is, but I mean, I'm not saying I hate it. And I haven't put it on my channel yet, but I mean, it'll come on my channel eventually. I will play it, but it's just to the grand scheme of things, it's my least favorite Zelda game, and that's Twilight Princess. I don't know why it's my least favorite one, but I mean, I don't know if it's because I can't say it's because of the dark overtones, because Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game. I guess it's because of the wolf thing. I don't know what it is, but this is my least favorite Zelda game. But I do have it, so. Then we have the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. 2-game bonus this stuff is Ocarina of Time and Ocarina of Time Master Quest on one disc. It's basically Ocarina of Time, but Master Quest is basically Ocarina of Time revamped in a harder mode. Everything's moved around and just made it a lot harder and all kind of stuff. So then we have the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. This is what they came out with before Wind Waker came out. It's like it has like it even has a playable demo of Wind Waker, but it's the Legend of Zelda 2: The Adventure Link, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask all on one disc. Then we have what's intended to be a multiplayer Zelda game, Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventures. Kind of like in the same graphic design as Link to the Past, but you pull out the 4 sword and you split the 4 links and you have to go around, solve a puzzle, save the world, and stuff like that. But also, so you can play it by yourself, but again, it's intended for 4 players, so, or multiplayer. So, all right. Now we have a game that surprised a lot of people. Let me get my coffee. Yes, it's a Jack Skellington cup. But the game surprised a lot of people. It was a launch game for the GameCube, and a lot of people didn't know what to expect for it, but it wound up being beloved, and it came out with a couple of sequels. Luigi's Mansion. Yeah, a lot of people wasn't sure what to expect of Luigi's Mansion when it first came out, because the last time Luigi started in his own game was Mario is Missing, and yeah. But it's fun. You're going around with the vacuum. You get a vacuum cleaner, go around sucking ghosts. And go into a mansion and you Mario gets trapped in a painting, and you have to go around trying to rescue him, but you also actually vacuum to take on ghosts and all kind of stuff. So it's fun, actually. In fact, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, the sequel, is also getting a remaster for the Switch, and Luigi's Mansion 3 for the Switch. I played this game a lot. I mean, I like it. It's not the best Mario sports game, but I do kind of like it. It's Mario Superstar Baseball. I've played this game actually quite a bit. And most of these are actually complete in box, if you notice. Most of these. There might be like 1 or 2 that's not complete in box, but most of these are actually complete in box, because with things like these, I try to keep the manuals and everything, so. But Mario's might be like 1 or 2. I'll have to look, but it's a baseball game with Mario characters. There's actually a story mode where you have to beat all the teams and eventually take on Bowser and all kind of stuff. But it's actually a pretty fun one. This one's made by EA. It's kind of like a beat 'em up, kind of fighting style, Save the Earth storyline. With superheroes, it's Marvel's Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects. You take on the Imperfects. You can play as 18 different superheroes. It's okay game. Ain't nothing to write home about. Next one is Nintendo. It's a classic. In fact, this one I think it's gotten a couple of. One of them's got a re-release for the Wii, which I don't have, and then another one this one just got a remaster on the Switch. It's Metroid Prime. I mean, before this game, I was not a huge Metroid fan. I played a little bit of the original Metroid. I never really played Super Metroid. So this is actually the first one I actually played, beaten, and loved. So, yeah, Metroid Prime was the first one I got. I mean, I actually really enjoyed. And like I said, it just got an HD remaster for the Switch. And the second one is the sequel, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. More of the same, but they kind of expand on it, add more to the story, and there's more stuff. And I think this one is the introduction of Dark Samus. I think Dark Samus makes her debut in here. So next one is Midway Arcade Treasures. It's just a bunch of like old school Midway games, like arcade games like Spy Hunter and Gauntlet and Smash TV and just a bunch of Paperboy, stuff like that, and put it all on one disc. So if you like some arcade or like old school arcade classics, there you go. The next one is made by Tomy. It's Naruto Rise of Ninja. It's a Naruto fighting game. What can you say? It's a Naruto fighting game. Play as different characters from Naruto fighting game and try to become the next Hokage. Next one is made by Nintendo, and quite possibly a lot of people say it's the best, not only the best RPG on the system, but one of the best Mario RPGs like ever. It's debatable with some of the other ones, but it's debatable with some people. But this one is actually really good. It's one of my favorites. It's Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. And this game is actually really good. A lot of people say that this one's the best Mario RPG, probably up there with like Superstar Saga or maybe Mario RPG Legend of Seven Stars, all kind of stuff. But yeah, this one is extremely good. So it's the second one in the Paper Mario series, because there was Paper Mario for the N64, and it's this one, and then there's Super Paper Mario, and then all that stuff on stuff. I can't remember on top of my head right now, but that's when they say it's actually really, really good. And if you want to know, it is complete in box. So that's probably where we work a little something. So I'm not a fan of the series. I've said it before, but it was given to me. It was cheap. I mean, it was not cheap. It was given to me. But I haven't ever really played it. But I think it's the original Resident Evil, kind of like a remaster remake for the GameCube. So, like I said, I'm not exactly sure why I have it, because I'm not a Resident Evil fan. So, and for some reason, I already had this on the PS2, but I got it on the PS4 now. It's Resident Evil 4. I got it on PS2 and PS4. For not being, I mean PS2 and GameCube. For not being a Resident Evil fan, like I said, this is my if I do like a Resident Evil game, it is Resident Evil 4, and I have I think this is like the only Resident Evil game I've actually played and beaten. So, don't know I got it again, but I got it again. Then we got Sonic Adventure Battle 2. It's basically Sonic Adventure for the Dreamcast, ported over to the GameCube. And it also has like some extra stuff like more mini games and stuff like that. But it's basically Sonic Adventure 2, and it has like a little battle mini games and all that kind of stuff. For that's why they got the battle part of it. But essentially, it's just a remaster, a report to Sonic Adventure 2 for the GameCube. Then we have Sonic Heroes. There's another Sonic game. You join up as like teams of 3, and each character in the team has different things they can do. Like Sonic is like the speedy person, Tails is like the flying person, and Knuckles is boom boom. And there's different teams for that. Like one of them, that Team Chaotix from Sonic Chaotix, and there's Team Rose, Team Dark. So like that, and each of them have their own little storyline. So, then we have quite possibly the best Soul Calibur game. And probably possibly one of the. I played the heck out of this in the arcade when it came out, and probably possibly one of the best Soul Calibur games, if not one of the best fighting games. It's Soul Calibur 2, and I got the GameCube version of it because it got Link. There was an Xbox version, a PS2 version, and the GameCube version. GameCube version had Link. PS2 version had Heihachi from Tekken, and the Xbox version had Spide. Anyway, as guest characters. So basically, different stories with the Soul Edge sword and all that kind of stuff. Great fighting game. And speaking of great fighting game, a lot of people say that this is the best Super Smash Brothers game and it's Super Smash Brothers Melee. A lot of people say this is probably the best Smash Brothers game, besides maybe Ultimate now. But before Ultimate came out, it was that one. And some people still claim this one's better than Ultimate. So, but it's Smash Brothers. So, then we have quite possibly I think I got this as my third favorite RPG of all time, made by Namco Bandai. It's Tales of Symphonia. I absolutely adore this game. It's my favorite Tales game. I said it's probably my third favorite RPG of all time, behind Grandia 2 and Final Fantasy 6. So, but I love the story. I love the game. I just love the game and all that kind of stuff. And of course, it is complete in box. So, then we have a series that's kind of known, but it's still underrated, and it was never finished because the studio that made the games shut down. So unless another studio picks it up or something like that, we're never going to get a conclusion to the story, which makes me super sad. And I've done the first 2 games on my channel, and there's another one. But Beautiful Joe, beat him up at his finest. You're playing as a superhero from the movie, and you got like fast forward powers, slow down powers, all kinds of powers you can do from a superhero movie. For like a superhero, and and there's a story about defeating some darkness and all that kind of stuff, and saving your girl. But Clover Studios, the one that made the games, closed down. So there was supposed to be a Beautiful Joe 3, which never happened. Then we have Beautiful Joe 2. Which is a continuation of Beautiful Joe 1 to add more powers and abilities and skills and stuff like that, and stuff like that, and is more of a continuation. Like I said, the end of this game has like a cliffhanger. It was supposed to be like I said, for Beautiful Joe 3, which never happened because Clover Studios shut down. So unless they find somebody to pick it up and maybe finish the story, unfortunately, Beautiful Joe's never going to have a completed story, so. And I'm starting to think it never will, because Beautiful Joe 2 came out in, like, 2004. So it's approaching 20 years without a resolution, so I doubt it's going to happen. But then there was a spin-off Beautiful Joe game, and there was actually one for the DS2 called Beautiful Joe Double Trouble, which was okay. But this one's on my list to do on the channel, but it's called Beautiful Joe Red Hot Rumble. Basically, it's kind of like a battle royale fighting style. You do all kinds of competitions, and whoever wins gets the starring role of the new Beautiful Joe movie, and all kind of stuff. But there's all kinds of, so think of like Mario Party, kind of fighting Mario Party kind of style, but with Beautiful Joe characters. 2 more games. Ugh. Next one is a very, it used to be kind of underrated, kind of like weird, but now it's so well known and loved. And they've got so many games in the series now. But when it first came out, people were just they liked it, but a lot of people didn't know what to think of it. Ah! And it is complete in box. But it's WarioWare Inc. Bunch of mini games, do in quick succession. There's a story where you're trying to beat Wario's games and stuff like that. But a lot of people when this first came out were like, huh? But you know, this series is so well loved now. They got like WarioWare games like on every system. In fact, I think they're coming out with one on the Switch soon. So this eventually became extremely well loved. And the final game on my list, made by THQ. I used to have the original, but now I don't. I only have the sequel for it. But it's WWE Day of Reckoning 2. It's a continuation of the WWE Day of Reckoning, which I used to have. But I think I sold it off or I gave it to a friend or something like that. But it's a wrestling game. There's a storyline. You had to play the first one for the storyline at the beginning to make sense because it takes place immediately after Day of Reckoning 1. But, I mean, you can create your own character and make a storyline or whatever like that. But it's a wrestling game. Alright, that is my GameCube collection. And if you notice, there's some big heavy hitters missing, like Super Mario Sunshine, which I've never played. The last Mario game I actually played up until Odyssey was Mario 64. Never played Sunshine, never played Galaxies 1 or 2, never played any like the new Super Mario Brothers or new Super Mario 3D Land or new Super Mario World or anything like that. Don't ask me why, I just never did. So I eventually might get them in my collection and then put them on my channel, play them completely blind. But no, I've never played Super Mario Sunshine or Mario Galaxy 1 or 2 or any of the new Super Mario Bros. Wii or Super Luigi U or anything like that. And I didn't play another Mario game until, like, platform Mario game until Odyssey. So, anyway, that's it for my GameCube collection. But actually, yeah, there's a few heavy hitters missing. But overall, I think I got a bunch of the heavy hitters. So, next up will be Wii and Wii U because they're both small. So I'll do Wii and Wii U next. I'm just going down my little shelf right now. So yeah, next up would be Wii and Wii U, which I can put them together because they're both exceptionally small. Because I had a bunch of games, but I sold them off or blah and all kind of stuff. And the Wii U, I just got it not too long ago. I only have 2 games for it. So I mean, neither one of it should take very long. So. Alright, so Wii and Wii U is next. And like I said, Wii, I actually had a lot more games to it, but I don't have many of them anymore. Guys, I sold them off. Guys, I think I remember some of it I sold off to get a game for the Xbox 360. But we'll figure all that out. But we'll see. So next up will be those 2, and we'll have a good day.